Though Moses was the humblest of men, he did make one arrogant mistake that removed his leadership. What were the qualifications of Moses' replacement? How have we chosen our leaders? Let's look at Numbers 27. Inheritance laws ensured that family land would remain within the tribe. A woman who married joined her husband on his inherited land. Unmarried sisters and widows were cared for by the oldest son, who may have received a double inheritance partly for that reason. What would be justice for 5 daughters who had no brother and no husband? The daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, belonged to the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. The names of the daughters were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They came forward and stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, the leaders, and the whole assembly at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and said, "Our father died in the wilderness. He was not among Korah's followers, who banded together against the Lord, but he died for his own sin and left no sons. Why should our father's name disappear from his clan because he had no son? Give us property among our father's relatives." Who made the judgment in this case, God or Moses? So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "The daughters of Zelophehad speak what's right. You shall surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brothers, and cause the inheritance of their father to pass to them." How was God's judgment in this case to be applied more broadly? Did intestate land pass to a king, a government, or the nearest relative? And give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If a man dies and has no son, then give his inheritance to his daughters, and if he has no daughter either, transfer his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. But if his father has no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative in his clan. This is a legal requirement for the people of Israel, just as the Lord commanded Moses. Is there a clear explanation as to why Moses was not allowed to enter the promised land? Yahweh said to Moses, "Go up into this mountain of Abarim, and see the land which I've given to the children of Israel. When you've seen it, you also shall be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother was gathered, because in the strife of the congregation you rebelled against my word in the wilderness of Zin, to honor me as holy at the waters before their eyes. These are the waters of Meribah, of Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin." If such a humble man as Moses could make such a horribly arrogant mistake, what does that say about the rest of us? Now the man Moses was humble, more so than anyone on earth. What did Moses request that God do for Israel as they entered the land? Moses replied, "You're the Lord God, and you know what's in everyone's heart. So I ask you to appoint a leader for Israel. Your people need someone to lead them into battle, or else they'll be like sheep wandering around without a shepherd." Who did the Lord choose to replace Moses, and what was noteworthy about him? So the Lord spoke to Moses, "Take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay your hand on him. Make him stand before Eleazar the priest and all the congregation, and you shall commission him in their sight. You shall invest him with some of your authority, that all the congregation of the people of Israel may obey. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before the Lord. At his word they shall go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the people of Israel with him, the whole congregation." And Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He took Joshua and made him stand before Eleazar the priest and the whole congregation, And he laid his hands on him and commissioned him as the Lord directed through Moses. How are leaders to be chosen in churches? Are these elders also called bishops and managers? The reason I left you in Crete was to set right what was left undone, and as I directed you to appoint elders, or presbyters, or mature men in every town, one who is blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accused of wildness or rebellion, for an overseer or bishop, as God's administrator, manager, or steward, must be blameless, not arrogant, not hot-tempered, not addicted to wine, not a bully, not greedy for money, but hospitable, loving what's good, sensible, righteous, holy, self-controlled, holding to the faithful message as taught, so that he'll be able both to encourage with sound teaching and to refute those who contradict it. Though Moses was the humblest of men, he did make one arrogant mistake that removed his leadership. What were the qualifications of Moses' replacement? How have we chosen our leaders? You decide.